paradox. Let's look it up. As you can see, the Epicurean paradox is, well, it's basically this. Evil exists. Can God prevent evil? If yes, if no, then God is not all-powerful. If yes, does God know about the evil? If no, then God is not all-knowing. If yes, does God want to prevent evil? If no, then God is not all-good or all-loving. If yes, then why is there evil? It is necessary... It is necessary for the universe to exist. Could God have created a universe without these? Yes. Why didn't he? Free will. Could God have created a universe without free will, but without evil? No. God is not all powerful. And this is the main connection that I have a problem with here. Alright? So let's talk about it. First of all, what is God? God it's a being that is outside of logic. However, we as humans are in logic. We are weak, frail, tiny little creatures who have no real power in this big universe. We don't know crap. Sorry, I'm kind of bullying the stick guy here. Kind of bullying the stick figure. But we are bound by a thing called logic. And I think God is not. But the nature of our physical bodies is logic. And until we die, we are constrained by logic. So if God tried to exert his full, unlimited, holy, righteous power on us that is out of logic and all righteous, this guy would, well, he would probably be incinerated. That's what I'm saying. So, hold on, I believe I wrote it down somewhere here. First, God is bound by the rules of logic, okay? Because our nature is logic, which means that God has to constrain himself so that he doesn't kill us all, because we can handle the full constraint without logic and stay alive. Just like how we cannot see the face of Christ, the Messiah, without staying alive. Next. Well, hold on. Next up, the necessity for free will for true love. Also, if you're going to say I'm reading this off a script, yes, I am. I'm reading this off a script that I wrote, that I typed on my phone. Okay, so I don't want to hear anyone trying to clown me for that when I'm the one who wrote my freaking script. Anyways, like actual love, for example, actual love requires you need to actually like be able to feel love. If you didn't have free will, you wouldn't feel love. If you didn't have free will, you would be a robot. Kai Cenat is my savior. I watch the Faraday horror mod pack slop. I love the Twixels Stalkers Minecraft mod. I watch Jujutsu Slap Kaizen. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop, beep, boop. One Piece is my favorite anime. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. Few people caught a few strays there. I watch Love Island. Beep, boop, beep, boop. I am a robot. Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. Calculating consequences of actions. Calculating next Love Island episode verdict. Beep, boop. Calculating how much time it will take to watch the next AI Fruit Love Island episode. Like, you would be a robot. You would be a robot if it weren't for love. Because love and human consciousness. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Some people I just don't really like. The source of suffering. Listen, so if somebody says, so if somebody brought up the argument, hey, there was this toddler over here who, he got hit by a car, and so there was a cliff here, and then a giant truck, and then a gigantic monster truck came over, and it absolutely obliterated the toddler. Like, I'm talking like freaking splatted his guts all over the floor, obliterated him, and his guts flied all over the place, and it got on all over the car. Then you'd say, well, why'd that happen to the toddler? What did he do? Well, all of these bad things that happen in this material world are all, in the end, consequences of our sin. It's a circle of logic in the end. Hold on. I gotta do something here. And listen. Imagine there is a sun. Imagine there is a son, okay? And and his dad, okay, this is the son. Okay. Actually, no, he's not that small. He's a young adult son, and so he'd be like that. There you go. And this is his, I know, too tall. And this is his dad. And the dad is like, hey, here you go, son. I just got you a car. And then he's like, oh, I really hate you, and I don't want to be near you anymore. And so the son kind of leaves the dad. And, you know, while he's driving his car, coincidentally, there's a giant piece of metal in the middle of the road. And the guy crashes his car, resulting in a massive explosion, which injures him a lot. Which injures him a lot, and it also destroys his car. And so the guy is like, man, why did this happen to me? I blame you, Dad. I blame you. Why did you let me do this, Father? Why? And then the dad comes over and is like, hey son, okay, listen, let's do something. How about you come back to our family again, and I will pay for your car and I will pay for your hospital bills. But then the son's like, no, I don't like you. I hate you. And that's basically what a lot of people on earth do. The father being God, and the son being a lot of people here. In fact, most people on earth. And so, what am I trying to say here? Well, let me bring up the main things that I wanted to say. First, God constrains himself using logic. And God constrains himself by logic, as we said before, because we cannot handle his full power. There is a necessity for free will, for true love to happen. There needs to be human free will. Next up, all worldly suffering is a downstream natural consequence of human alienation and rebellion against God, with collateral damage being the unavoidable price of the universe where choices have real weight. I'm actually very proud of that. I looked up a lot of new words to create that one. Okay? Anyways. Next up. The temporary suffering experienced by the innocent, such as infants dying or toddlers getting ran over by cars and their insides splashing all over the cliff, that is temporary. This is another point. Because in heaven, they're gonna be in heaven when they die. You think God's gonna send a toddler to hell? No. So that toddler is gonna wake up and he's gonna see the pearly gates. He's gonna see Abraham's bosom. No, not like that. Don't make it weird. And he's gonna be at the pearly gates. I don't know how to draw the pearly gates. I'm gonna make it yellow because yellow is like light, and light is yellow. So yeah, and then he gets to be with God, oneness with God, like theosis. Anyways, next up, a lot of people bring up the argument, well, if God can have us and have free will on earth, but we still have sin, why is heaven different? Because why is heaven different? because heaven is like, bro, the heaven. Because in heaven, supposedly, there is no sin and it's eternal forever. And there's going to be no more sin ever. But what I say to that is, the reason why we on earth cannot experience God's full love and his full logic is because we are in our earthly physical forms. Our earthly physical bodies, which is sad and pathetic. I mean, just look at this guy. He looks like sad and pathetic, bro. His leg isn't even attached to his body. His arms are barely on there. That's pathetic. But our spiritual forms, our astral forms, whatever you want to call it, are higher. This is us. This is our consciousness. Or, well, we are an observer of our consciousness. So this is kind of like awareness. Or our consciousness, which is our soul. This guy and this guy are the same thing. This guy is just trapped inside this dude until this dude dies. And this dude shrivels away and dies. And so then his spiritual form can rise from the ashes. And then that form can go and be with God. Because then this form is not bound by logic like his physical form. Because the spiritual form of a human is on a completely different ontological level than our pathetic physical bodies. It doesn't have to abide by logic. It doesn't have to, meaning that it can go outside of logic with God. That's why we are with God in heaven. The paradox of maintaining free will in heaven without future sin is resolved by the shift from physical from physical forms bound by earthly logic and temptation to spiritual forms where love and absolute goodness can coexist permanently. And that is why I don't think the Epicurean paradox is the most smart argument ever. Goodbye, everybody. Have an amazing, great day. And, goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my very awesome thumbnail. I made it in like 10 minutes on Pixar. Good.